Body image and beauty. Well, one example I think that's bad for like younger girls would have to be like beauty pageants. I think that's like the worst for little girls because they grow up believing that it's all about beauty. Like I was watching this one TV show and it actually had like little girls that were in beauty pageants on the show.
Yeah, let's talk about
and she asked
Little Miss.
I think it was Tyra, maybe. And then she asked the little girl, "Would you rather be smart or pretty?" And she said pretty. So I think that like doing that, it could also lead to eating disorders as well because then they're thinking, oh, I have to stay pretty. That's all they care about, rather than thinking about I need to be pretty but also have an education.
And you get a certain size and for a female or whatever, and now all of a sudden she's fat or she's the plus size or whatever. We might look at her and be like, she look good, you know what I mean? But if they look at her, they just like, oh my gosh, she need to be anorexic, she need to be this, that, and the third or whatever, just to fit this image, this perfect image or whatever. And if you don't fit that, you can't be a model. And it's just like, there's a whole bunch of nonsense in my personal opinion. But
I never see how media thinks being skinny is like what's in. I can't.
It's not tasteful at all.
Like when I see the models, I want to give them a sandwich.
Also, like, not just models, but celebrities in general or people of higher power, they, like, media has a negative effect on girls and men as far as how you look at yourselves. And we all want to be like this person and that person when it's not realistic. People don't know how much work goes into making somebody look the way they do when they're on TV. And also we have like Photoshop, so they get airbrushed and all that, and it's not realistic.
Take pounds
and
off.
Yeah, like on their regular days they don't look anything like how we think they do, and it makes women, and not even just younger women but all races and ages, look at themselves like they're not good enough. And that's why we have such a high eating disorder rate and body dysmorphic rate with all types of people.
The media, I mean, you know how like America's like the fattest country in the world. I mean, I guess the media is kind of portraying it like being slim is kind of in right now. You need to get with it. So it's like it's kind of tricking us to be healthy because we don't want to be healthy on our own.
Yeah, because they show us Bowflex, and then after that they show us McDonald's new meal or whatever.
Yeah, and they got the
Another thing, like, you know how we were just talking about how like people want to be like celebrities and models and things, like it's also causing us to buy things that we know we can't afford. Everybody wants to have like a designer bag or dress like this person, that person, and no Kiki from around the corner can't afford what Beyonce could wear or what she has, but they spend their checks on a bag that they can't even pay their rent.
Or they'll get made fun of.
Everybody want to be a rapper. And that happened from little, like my influence, the Hot Boys, when they came out, when Lil Wayne and them came out, I went outside, had the bandana on, I just had my cornrows. I was like, oh, I thought I was doing something.
Everybody want to be a rapper. Everybody want to do what the rappers do, and they want to get all these fancy watches, and they
bargain.
That's not silly things.
I think it paints a perfect picture for people, like the media in general, especially with women, because I feel like women put more into self-image than men do. Most women, not all, but most put more into self-image. When it comes to hair and nails, we have to have those aspects. A man can put on a hat and cover up and be fat and wear sweatpants and still not be looked down upon. A woman have on flip-flop sweatpants and her hair with a scarf on, it looks kind of messed up, but a boy can wear a do-rag. Like, I just feel like certain times the image on a woman is more harsh than on a man. And then the pictures that is painted for us with the media is like they have these perfect lives, these perfect children, these perfect husband. No one has asthma, no one has allergies, no one has you see this perfect family and you expect that's what your family's going to be, and that's not life, because that's not how their lives are.
It's like just the other day when we went to the calf, all these young ladies with all this makeup
look like
to
they
go
got
to the
shots in
damn
the face with a
calf.
paintball gun.
I'm like, to go to the calf though, like, do you really feel that you need all this extra stuff just to be beautiful? Go to the calf. When we went to the game,
I mean, they got to rip the runway in the calf. You know, you come through the runway in the calf.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Like, I understand that, but then on the same part, if they would have came up in there with sweatpants, flip flops, hair tied and everything like that.
Beautiful. Some shorties will
I mean, to me, if you got to do that on a 24/7 basis,
yeah, but I'm
you're probably not the best look if you feel you got to dress up
do all this
24/7.
extra crazy stuff.
Like if you can pull off sweatpants, a beater, or just even a fitted.
That's where like a lot of like people getting color contacts and weaves and stuff like that. Yeah, you can get weaves sometimes, but like some people, like, you can just accept who you are. Like, you just accept who you are, it would just be better rather than trying to be something that you're not.
Personally, I think that media's influence on body image. I mean, you think about it, a lot of females, they have a certain idea on how they're supposed to look because you look at different ads, and you look at different young ladies or whatever that's in the public eye, and it's kind of just like, if you don't look a certain way, then you're not gonna have guys coming after you, or you're not gonna have the perfect skin, or you're not gonna have this, that, and the third. And it's kind of just like, it's unfortunate because women are beautiful in many different ways or whatever, and they don't necessarily have to be beautiful because of their skin or their hair or all this type of stuff. And they have to, they feel as though they have to build themselves up because the media portrays that that's what they're supposed to look like. So I think that they do influence, and it's definitely negative at times, but at the same time, it can be positive influence, but more often than not, it's negative based on body and image and all those type of things.
It's the same thing.
Sometimes even if you do have a family that uplifts you and tells you you're beautiful every day, you're still spending hours and hours with your peers. And your peers are the people who influence you the most because they're getting influenced. So it's like a chain, like the media goes down to your peers and your peers come to you and then they just feed you all this stuff.
You have
so
to know
like,
who you are.
Even yesterday, me and my roommate was talking and then she was telling me like, because our group of friends, like it's a couple bigger girls that are in our group of friends, and one of the boys had asked my roommate to go to this party, and he said, don't bring your big friends with you. Like, ignorant things like that. Like, people are so, like, judgmental and, like, ignorant.
When a girl looks at a dude, looks at him from toes to the head, right? Yeah. So, if I try to talk to a girl and I got on some busted Nike, some jeans with holes in it, some beat up hoodie, and some fitted that's, like,
just came back.
Worn out, like I just wore that. That got I put out the bottom of my drawer. That's all messed up. You feel me? But if I walk up on it with like a nice pair of shoes, like a pair of polo boots, some Levi's, nice little polo, and a nice little polo hat, I mean, she gonna look at me totally different than I would come up there looking like a bum. You feel me?
And I think that also comes according to like if I suppose if she's watching stuff on TV or whatever, she sees the Chris Browns and she sees Trey and all these dudes or whatever, and she sees what they're wearing or whatever, and she just like, oh, that's fly because he's so cute, da da da. So what he's wearing or whatever, that makes him fly, da da da. So then you come at her on your bummy swag. And she just
so
like,
she gonna mold to the next.
It's a better guy out there.
She gonna mold what she want around what she sees in the media, like Chris Brown and Trey Songz. So she's gonna look for how, like, she wanna see how they swag it. She want her man swag to be like that or even better. But what she gotta realize, Trey Songz and Chris Brown got money.
It's like the image that's placed in front of us is so negative and false that you don't know what to believe.
Yeah,
and
oh, sorry.
Okay, I was gonna say being in college and I know I'm from Pittsburgh. I didn't know what. Like, I knew what a Dominican was, but being around people of different ethnicities and seeing how everyone looks, and this is the time in our lives when we figure out who we want to be and what we want to do. If you want to be Afrocentric, if you want to wear weave or whatever you want, that's your choice as a male or a female. But you have to learn who you are before you go into society, because society will devour your life, something serious, and the media also.
I think we can pretty much all agree that the media does portray a lot of things in our lives, and it definitely influences us. And I mean, at the same time, they have their positive and negative. Obviously, we've just shown a lot more negative than positive, and everybody has their own opinion based on what they see in their everyday lives. But I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say that
this will never change.
Yeah, it will never change. And it's kind of just like, it's the life we live, so we just got to deal with it. You know what I mean? Hey,
it's still fun.